So, hello everyone. Welcome to this first episode of Rural Charcha, a podcast that delves into the heart of India's rural landscape, its traditional culture, and the transformative power of tourism. To kick off this first episode, we have a very prominent personality from the tourism industry with us, Mr. Rupesh Kumar sir. He is the global advocate of responsible tourism. He represented responsible tourism not only in India but on the international platforms as well. He is the CEO of Kerala Responsible Tourism Mission Society. Under his visionary leadership, Kerala has become a model for responsible tourism, blending cultural preservation with economic empowerment. So it's an honor to have you, sir, on this platform. I directly start with the very first question that our audience want to hear. So, how you entered into the field of responsible tourism? Could you please share your journey into it? And what has inspired you to be in this particular field of responsible tourism?
Yeah, thank you, Chandrakant and Rural Development Society for this wonderful occasion. This is a great honor for me. I'm so happy to be part of this charcha. Okay, moving to the question, moving to the answer from my side. Mm. Uh, I have started my responsible tourism journey on around 2006. Uh, Before I was the part of government initiative. Now I am leading Kerala Responsible Tourism Mission Society for the past 17 years. Now it is a big movement, and the Responsible Tourism Mission Society is an autonomous body under the chairmanship of Honorable Tourism Minister for Kerala, Mr. P.A. Mohammed Yasser. And Secretary Tourism is the Vice Chairman, and Director Tourism is the Director, is one of the directors of the society. And it is a big movement in Kerala. So before starting my official career in responsible tourism, I had several opportunities to be part of some sort of discussions and some sort of movements about it was related with tourism. I can tell you that Kerala Responsible Tourism Initiative is the result of some types of agitations and movements by the community, uh, which was not against tourism development. It was against unethical and unscientific development of tourism in some part of Kerala, especially the destination like Kumarak. Uh, I was a part of that movement. We have demanded that we need to consider the tourism industry and the stakeholders, and the government should consider the local community initiatives and local communities concerned about tourism. That means Kerala Responsible Tourism Initiative is the result of the community movement for the participation of participation tourism sector. That is my history. I was the part of a responsible tourism movement before the official movement also. I was an activist and leader of some sort of such movements against unethical practices in tourism sector. So before starting responsible tourism initiative in Kerala, in the official platform, there were serious types of conflicts in between local community and the tourism industry, along at the same time with the government part also. Then the government decided to start it, it as a pilot movement to address the concerns faced by the local community. That means I was not the part of tourism professional movement or tourism professional. I am not still I am not a tourism professional. I can tell you that. I was an activist. I was a social entrepreneur. Also, I was the leader of some sort of social movements in various parts of Kerala.
So that was an intriguing journey you had, a very long experience. So in the experience that you have, you worked in particularly in responsible tourism, I guess from 2006, as you have mentioned. So how would you define responsible tourism and its significance in today's world?
Yeah, responsible tourism always focus to develop uh, ideal destinations. It is always focused to develop uh, the best destination for those who can be those who can involve in tourism. That means it is always focused to develop better place for people to live in and better place for people to visit. Uh, from that uh, dialogue or that definition, you can understand that responsible tourism always considering the host community at first, then the tourist. How can we ensure better place for people to live in and better place for people to visit? This is the major question and this is the major challenge in a tourism destination. So, when we will move to a tourism destination as a tourist, we are entering the privacy of the host community. We are entering the privacy of the various species, various uh, various not we are entering the privacy of various life system. So we must consider and we must honor the importance of local culture. We must honor the importance of local environment. We must consider about the that locality specialities. We are always talking about tourism, and majority of the stakeholders are considering uh, the client as a god. Okay, so at the same time, I can tell you that Aditi Devo Bhava is our caption and is our motto also, and we are promoting the same thing. At the same time, we must consider the local concerns and local feelings of the host community. So I can tell you that responsible tourism always focus to develop destinations for people and for the tourists, ensuring we are trying to ensure better place for people to live in and better place for people to visit. That means we are focusing to economic, socio-culture, and environmental responsibilities. Or that is considered as three pillars of responsible tourism. For that process, we are trying to ensure the community participation tourism development and environmental protection for tourism development and socio-culture actions for the protection of local art, culture, cuisine, etc.
Wonderful definition given by you, sir. As you said, the Atithi Devo Bhava, and you especially belongs to and working in the God's own country, in the God's own land. I just want to know that Kerala is often cited as the global leader in responsible tourism. Many credit goes to you for this. What are the key strategies and initiatives that have been contributed to this particular status of Kerala being known for responsible tourism?
Yeah, Kerala is the pioneer in responsible tourism. As I mentioned earlier, it is not a showcasing activity for Kerala. There is a clear-cut mechanism for the state tourism department and the state government. This is the policy. Responsible tourism is the policy of the state. This is the tourism policy of the state. There is a Kerala declaration, uh, which was developed on the basis of Cape Town Declaration on Responsible Tourism. And on 2022, we redeclared or redefined Kerala Declaration on Responsible Tourism once again on the basis of Magna Carta Charter by International Center for Responsible Tourism. We have strong connection with international organizations, especially International Center for Responsible Tourism Global, which is leading by Dr. Harold Goodwin and so many global leaders of responsible tourism. And we are the part of, we are always focusing through the part of ICRT India. At the same time, based on the government of India norms for rural tourism and sustainable tourism also. So there is a clear mechanism, there is a policy, there is a declaration, and there is a system. I can tell you that in Kerala, we have strong mechanism to involve local community in tourism. We are associating with local self-government for the implementation of responsible tourism. At the same time, industry partners are taking a lead role. That means hotels, resorts, homestays, tour operators are taking they're also in the forefront for the implementation of responsible tourism. So this is the thing I can tell you that Kerala is always considering as a global leader for responsible tourism, and responsible tourism mission has its own have its own separate movement. We have 25,800 units, and around 18,000 units are leading or managing by women community members. Around 150,000 families are working with us. Around 2,000 hotels and resorts have agreement with responsible tourism mission for the implementation of responsible tourism. And now we have agreement for with UN Women also for implementing women-friendly tourism initiative and gender-inclusive initiative, a gender-inclusive tourism initiative. That means there is a very clear mechanism. It is a policy by the state government, and there is a separate budget allocation. And the CM and Minister are leading this initiative actually in Kerala.
Nice initiative, and I believe it can be the model to be adopted by other states as well. So as far as we've been in this interview, I understood, and I believe my audience will also understood that responsible tourism, one of the major aspect is community participation.
Yeah.
So I just want to understand how you make sure that community that is being participated are not just the participant, but also the beneficiary of all the initiative and the tourism that we bring to the particular land.
Yeah, that's a good question. As I mentioned earlier, this is not a showcasing activity for Kerala tourism. We are always conducting special tourism Grama Sabhas in local panchayat system. I can tell you that this is the first initiative when we consider the Indian scenario. I think there is no other special tourism Grama Sabhas conducting by any state in India. That means whenever we will think about to develop a new destination, or if we are trying to implement a new project, responsible tourism mission will conduct a special tourism Grama Sabha with the local panchayat system. That means there will be grassroots level discussion. It will be a full day discussion, and we will group the audience. There will be local community members, tourism stakeholders, artists, artisans, farmers, women community members. The all cross section of this destination or the panchayat will be there, and they will discuss about the positives and negatives of tourism. I can tell you that there is a clear mechanism that tourism has its own potential to develop a destination. At the same time, it might be destructive also. There are so many things in tourism, positives and negatives are there. So we will discuss all these matters, and we will try to ensure positive aspects of tourism in that destination. And then we will start tourism resource mapping. Then we will start training for the host community. That means in every aspect of implementation strategy, there will be community participation. At the same time, the Grama Sabha is selecting beneficiaries for training. Those who are interested to be part of tourism. I'm not only talking about those who are capable, those who have financial capability for tourism. They can be the part of tourism. At the same time, those who are not able to be part of tourism based on their financial capacity, if they are considering as poor community members, then I can tell you that they have their own experiences, they have their own craft that will be considered. For example, We have experiential tourism packages which are mainly focusing on our traditional livelihood activities. That means all of them are CBT products, community-based tourist products. They can showcase their choir making, toddy tapping, coconut tree climbing, weaving, pottery making, etc. And guests will have the chance to experience all these process through their homesteads. So if you have money to invest in tourism, you can be the part. If you don't have money, you can also be the part of tourism. If you know about a craft, if you have a skill in tourism, if you are an unskilled person, we can give training also. That means this is a strategy to ensure local community participation in tourism. It is not an activity only for namesake. It is a serious level interactive activity, and in depth, I can tell you that there is a very serious level community participation in all tourism activities in the state of Kerala.
So I got to know that it's not just making the host committee aware, but also to make them making the community tourism empowered.
Yeah.
So moving on, when I was doing, or our team was doing the research about the Kerala Responsible Tourism Mission Society, and obviously about your works, we came across two very enticing and very encouraging initiatives. One is Pepper, and other one is Street. Very interesting initiatives. Can you please elaborate these initiatives to our audience, and what impact does it have on the local communities?
Yeah, these two products, not only these two projects, we have Pepper, Model RT Villages, Street, Kerala Agri Tourism Network, Women Friendly Tourism Initiatives. There are so many community-driven activities. When we think about the pepper, for pepper, it's a spice actually, but it is so spicy when compared to, for this project, pepper is so spicy when compared to the spice. Because for us, pepper means people's participation for participatory planning and empowerment through responsible tourism. There is a social monitoring system, social auditing system for tourism. So if we are trying to implement pepper project in a destination, as I mentioned earlier, there are so many components. So we will conduct a special tourism Grama Sabha. After that, we will form a tourism development committee under the chairmanship of the Grama Panchayat Pradhan or Panchayat President or municipal chairperson. And there will be a committee for the social monitoring, and we will have a technical support team from RT Mission Society also. And we will start tourism resource mapping. Then we will make packaging. We will design projects. At the same time, we can ensure various types of community empowerment initiatives in tourism. Pepper basically focusing to find out unexplored destinations and we are trying to develop that unexplored destinations to be a 100% responsible tourism destination. This is the major strategy. When we discuss about street projects, sustainable, tangible, responsible, experiential ethnic tourism hubs is the full name of is the expansion of streets. That means it is developed on the basis of UN's declaration, tourism for inclusive growth. Anybody can be the part of tourism, and the streets doesn't mean there will be some streets for showcasing something, but some streets will be there. For example, when we think about the Maravanturuthu experience, Maravanturuthu is a local village which was unexplored earlier. And after the implementation of street projects, that destination bagged global responsible tourism award for water conservation through tourism. For that process, I can tell you that it was an inspiring story. 17 canals, one river, and one backwater area, which was dumped with full of waste, which was cleaned by the community members under the leadership of Panchayat Raj system and RT Mission and responsible tourism clubs. We have responsible tourism clubs in various destinations which are leading by the local community. We have women art clubs also. So all the waste dumping, the water bodies are considered as waste dumping area, and now it is cleared, and we are using that water, the water located areas or canals, rivers, and backwaters are water streets. We are using it for kayaking, shikara boat ride, houseboats, country boat rides. Through that process, guests will have the chance to experience various traditional activities, cuisine experiences, cultural experiences. We have Atuvela Festival, Garudan Dukam, Sarpanthurul, all are rituals. But they can be the part of that festivals also when if the guests are coming on festival season. It can offer unique experiences for the tourist also. At the same time, the local community will be empowered through this process, and they will get an idea that water bodies are not a waste dumping yard. If it can protect through our collective activity, it can generate money through tours. Similarly, we have art streets, culture street, village life experience streets. All of them has its own separate tangible results, and it has a unique story. That's the story behind Pepper and Street.
In the beginning, you mentioned about few more initiatives like model RT villages. Could you just give a glimpse of what these initiatives are for our audience to better understand the working of responsible tourism mission society?
Yeah, model RT villages means we have 13 parameters to declare a destination or village as a model RT village. It is mainly focusing on community tourism activities, carbon neutral initiatives, waste management initiatives, homestays, cooking experiences, village walks. That means there are 13 separate parameters. If the and training for the local community. That means this destination will be driven by local community members. So homestays will be there with all facilities, and cuisine experiences will be there, village life experiences will be there. That means Model RT Village is purely a model for tourism.
A very informative answer to the question. Moving forward, it is very enticing when we hear these things getting on a bigger scale. But as there is everywhere, there are challenges that have come across when we are working on a particular thing. So I just want to understand what challenges have you gone in these past years of your professional life to make this thing a global level model?
When we think about the challenges, there are so many challenges. Some of them are very personal. So I am not ready to share that.
No
Such
issues. We
challenge.
are good with the professional challenges that
Yeah,
you have come
yeah.
across.
So I'm only talking about the professional challenges.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, the major challenge is I can tell you that this is the time of sustainable movement for responsible tourism. All are talking about responsible tourism and sustainable tourism. That's a major challenge.
Yes.
So, what is responsible tourism? How can we ensure responsible tourism? What are the parameters of responsible tourism? How we can ensure sustainable tourism in a destination? How we can ensure carbon neutrality in a destination? All are trying to replicate something. All are trying to create something in the name of sustainable tourism and responsible tourism. That is the major challenge, because in the name of sustainable tourism and responsible tourism, some of the stakeholders are trying to create something in the name of sustainability or responsible tourism. That will lead the movement to a very unscientific manner. That will create bad impression for such movements. That's the major challenge that I'm facing. This is the major challenge for responsible tourism and sustainable tourism. And this is the time of vlogging and blogging. People are trying to find out. So Actually, bloggers and bloggers are always supporting tourism development. They are helping us to find out unexplored destination. But after a blog or vlog became viral, there will be a chance for mass tourism, and it will completely destruct that destination. This is another challenge which we are facing now, because there is a process of destination development. If we can find out unexplored destination through the process of community empowerment, we can develop it in a scientific manner. It will be sustainable. But due to the development of technology, all the people are moving to that destination through the help of social media and uh, other possibilities. There are some possibilities of destructing that destination. It will create mass tourism. It will create waste dumping. So this is another challenge. We have tremendous potential in various parts of India. So ensuring sustainability, sustainable tourism and responsible tourism in each of our activity, that is important to ensure the lifetime of our tourism activity. If we cannot ensure such movement, that is a big challenge in this era, because all the people are ready to travel to anywhere in the world without any help. So we must think about how we can ensure, how I can ensure sustainability in my travel. If we can convey this message, that will be the best option to overcome these challenges. Of course, there are so many other problems. There will be some sort of issues for finance and all that. And if local community cannot lead that destination, that will be another challenge in to develop a responsible tourism destination. There are so many other challenges also.
Now, so we'll be a little bit drifting away from responsible tourism. I purposefully mentioned the term drifting away. I leave it up to you to answer it, that whether we are drifting away or not. So the question is that how does rural tourism particularly helps in preserving the cultural and natural heritage of a particular location?
Yeah, there is no issue for drifting to that process, because I'm the nodal officer for rural tourism also in the state. And you know that we work together for rural tourism development in India. I can tell you that in Kerala, all rural tourism destinations are managing by Responsible Tourism Mission Society. Government is already mentioned that we are the nodal agency for the same. When I mentioned about street pepper model RT villages, I can tell you that 3 of them are basically rural tourism projects. Through that process, I can tell you that rural tourism has its own crucial role to protect local art, culture, cuisine, and its historical importance and all that. Because through the promotion of rural tourism, uh, through the model which can be developed, if we can develop different models through rural tourism, it will help the rural destinations for its scientific development through sustainable practices and responsible tourism practices. So there is a very crucial role for rural tourism to protect the destination's ethnicity and destination's uniqueness. That is so important, I think.
Very well said, sir. That it is very important to work together and work on the special aspects of the destination to increase the longevity of the destination. Moving on, I want from you to understand that how technology, like at some point of time, people say that if we are stuffing the villages with too much of the resources, the rurality of the village is being lost. So I want to understand from you that how technology can help or can deteriorate the environment of a village or a responsible tourism destination?
Technology has a vital role to promote responsible tourism and rural tourism. There is, it is so clear that if we can use technology, it will help the development of rural tourism and responsible tourism. For example, I can tell you that uh, when we think about Kerala Responsible Tourism Mission Society, we have 25,000 units. All of them are listed in the online platform, and they are getting so many orders from various parts of the world, not only from Kerala, not only from India. We have very unique souvenirs, handicrafts. All are listed and marketing very well through the support of technology. And as I mentioned earlier, technology has its own crucial role to develop unexplored destinations also. Bloggers are helping in such a way to identify unexplored destinations. If we can use it in a positive manner, after the exploration of a new tourism destination, I don't know whether it can use like a term of exploration or because the destinations are always there. So, after the implementation of technology support, it will be helpful to promote in a very serious manner. Years back, there was no role for a village to be listed in an international destination. Now it is so easy because technology has its power, especially digital uh, technology, digital movement. Uh, in this era, we have tremendous potential for promoting unexplored destinations, unique experiences, our products and projects through the support of digitalization and technology. That is so important for promoting rural tourism and responsibility.
Okay. So one of the very important question I feel that we have recently in 2020-21 have recently seen a global level pandemic, COVID-19. And post COVID-19, when we saw the trends in the tourist behavior that has been completely changed when we compare it to the pre-COVID era. So I just want to understand that how the pandemic has reshaped the vision of responsible tourism and how responsible tourism in the post-pandemic era is of the peculiar importance.
Yeah. When we think about the pandemic situation and post pre-pandemic situation, there is a drastic changing tourism trend. Uh, Before COVID-19, uh, I can tell you that majority of the people are not so much focused on tourism. Of course, tourism season was there, tourists are there, but after COVID, there is a big movement by the people. All are ready to be part of tourism, and all of them are always ready to travel. There is a big change in tourism trend also. For example, after the pandemic, there is a big movement by the women community. So, Kerala tourism find out the scenario, and we have decided to start two new projects, which are Kerala Agri Tourism Network and Women Friendly Tourism. Before the pandemic, we were not aware. We were not so much focused on agri tourism initiatives. After the pandemic, we have started Kerala Agri Tourism Network, and now I can tell you that we have 510 farm tourism units that themselves developed as a tourism destination. People are ready to be part of farming activities, cattle and plow. They are ready to harvest. They are ready to be part of mud football. They are ready to be part of catch net fishing, and they can be the part of cooking experience. There, there is a drastic change in tourism trends. People are not only focusing on sightseeing only; they are ready to be part of experiential tourism. As a promoter of experiential tourism from 2008 onwards, I can tell you that more than 2 lakhs foreign tourists visited to be part of Kerala, uh, only for only to experience village life experience package and cuisine experience. We have 2,800 experience ethnic cuisine units. All tourists will get a cooking experience from the houses, and they can be the part of cooking experience, and they can enjoy food in the houses, which are leading by our community women community members. That means there is a big change in tourism trend. They are not only focusing on uh, sightseeing only. At the same time, when we think about solo women travelers, it's a big movement in all over the world after a pandemic, and a very serious movement when we think about uh, uh, group travelers from women sector. I can tell you that Kerala Responsible Tourism Mission is leading women-friendly tourism initiative in association with UN Women. Recently, we had a global women conference for uh, gender inclusive and responsible tourism, which was the first one in the world for a global women conference for gender inclusive and responsible tourism. It was a big success. We have 52 women tour operators in Kerala. They are mainly focusing only on women-only tour packages. They are not only promoting Kerala, they are promoting all the destinations in India and abroad. Around 50,000 women community members traveled in unexplored destinations of Kerala within 1 year. More than that, they traveled to other part of India and abroad also. So there is a big change. At the same time, I can tell you that people are so much interested to be part of cultural experiences. Uh, Before the pandemic, tourists mainly focused on sightseeing, and in between that sightseeing, there is there was some chance for experience festivals or something like that. Now there is a drastic change. They are always focusing on hands-on experiences also. So it means there is a potential change. There is a serious change in tourism sector, and it can help rural tourism and responsible tourism and experiential tourism.
Very well said, sir. The tourists now don't just want to see the destination, but to do it and but to experience it. Yes, very well said. We've understood most of the things of the Kerala Responsible Tourism Mission Society is doing. And when these initiatives are not just the words, but are the impacts to the society, I just want to hear a few tips and few suggestions from your end to other states, other organizations that are working in the similar field to implement what Kerala has been achieved. So, what are the suggestions you can offer to those players?
Yeah, when when I discuss about the suggestion part, I'm I'm not a person to give suggestions for any other state because I'm the part of this Kerala state. At the same time, I can tell you that there are tremendous potential for the replication of Kerala model in several other states. For example, we have MOU with Madhya Pradesh Tourism Board. They have started responsible tourism mission activities, and it is moving very well in Madhya Pradesh. Around 200 villages adopted by the state government of Madhya Pradesh, and it is moving very well. I have frequently visited there. And now Uttar Pradesh government also started responsible tourism initiative. I have a presentation about Kerala model of responsible tourism. That means there are some significant movements by Kerala tourism to replicate for other states. Tamil Nadu is also trying to replicate something from the Kerala Responsible Tourism Initiative, and Arunachal Pradesh team already visited in Kerala to find out experience about Kerala Responsible Tourism activities. Some NGO members came from Meghalaya and Assam to study about Kerala Responsible Tourism movement. I can tell you that if we can develop rural tourism and responsible tourism activities in certain destinations, and if we can adopt responsible tourism practices in a state, it will help to develop tourism in a scientific manner. At the same time, it can ensure or it can enhance guest experience. It can enhance the length of stay of the guest. It will help to develop rural destinations. It will help to empower the local community. It will help to empower women community members through tourism. So these are the points to the other states. If they are ready to adopt Kerala model of responsible tourism, there is a working model for the past 20 years.
So with this, we came to the very end of our session. I just want to understand what is your vision for future tourism, particularly when we talk about rural areas.
Yeah, I think the future, in future, responsible tourism and rural tourism will lead the tourism sector. Think about the big movements, big players in tourism. Booking.com is trying to promote sustainability tag for hotel accommodation. It is already implemented by them. And there are so many other online booking platforms or big tourism players are trying to develop such types of certification process. Kerala has its own certification for responsible tourism classification for hotels and resorts and homestays also. And very soon we will be implemented women-friendly accommodation unit classification also. So there is a future for rural tourism and responsible tourism. At the same time, I can tell you that village tourism will lead in India in coming years. We have tremendous potential in villages. Mahatma Gandhi said that the Atma of the nation, the soul of our nation, is lying in the villages. It's a tremendous word. It is a tremendous comment from our father of our nation. This is the reality. We have tremendous potential in villages. They have unique festivals. They have unique culture. They have unique lifestyle in villages. If we can shape it as a tourism product, village tourism or rural tourism will lead the future of tourism, not only in India, in the world. There is a possibility to be a sustainable tourism model, and responsible tourism will lead the global tourism. And women-friendly tourism is one of the major aspects in future tourism.
Good session, sir. Thank you very much from TDS team and from our audience to you for sparing such a wonderful insights with us. And we thank Rupesh sir to squeeze out time from his busy schedule to deliver a wonderful session on responsible and rural tourism. Thank you so much, sir. We look forward to hear from you in another episodes of Rural Charcha. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me. And this is a great, once again, I can tell you that this is a great honor for me. And Kerala Tourism and Kerala Responsible Tourism Society. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.